So the next is our Legacy Award, and as many of you know, this is going to the Hazewinkel family. But when I think about the Hazewinkels, I just can't help but think about maybe what their neighbors would think. And you know, like for example, you know, there was a slight conflict. Someone got the wrong bicycle, or flat tire, conflict with Dave or Jim. And your mother comes to you and says, "The Hazewinkels are here." What do, right? You know that it is going to end, and it's probably not going to end in your favor. But you get to know the Hazewinkels, you know that they are incredibly nice and genuine and gentle people. By the same token, as tough as they come, there isn't enough time tonight, and I almost feel uncomfortable not being able to take the kind of time to recognize all of the achievements of all of the awardees tonight. They're just simply amazing. I could have still have been talking about Wayne Bachman. The same is true about the Hazewinkel. So I'm going to try to get the highlights, because it's just frankly unbelievable. The accomplishments alone could be a book. Both Dave and Jim are in the Minnesota State Hall of Fame, the National Collegiate Wrestling Hall of Fame. Dave, a 68 and 72 Olympian. Dave, at 55 kilograms, was second in the Worlds in 1970, third in the Worlds in 1969. Sam, three-time third in the NCAAs, two-time second in the World Team Trials in Greco, comes back and doesn't just make the Olympic team. He beats the kid who's fifth in the Worlds the year before and has got a legitimate chance to win the Olympics. We think Simmons is going to possibly win the Olympics. And through perseverance and just being transparently decent about everything that he does, Sam Hazewinkel shocks the world and walks through the Olympic trials and becomes an Olympian. Now, to me, if there isn't in my mind a better example of the recent past of what it means to wrestle and to try to make an Olympic team and to keep getting up time after time after time, over and over and over again, to prove to yourself that you're committed to this mission, that you're committed to this cause. Sam, everybody I know who knows you is proud of you. Everybody I know who knows you is honored by the fact that you're so good to everybody. And we know that comes from your family. We know that comes from your grandmother. We know that comes from your father and your uncle. And so the legacy of the Hazewinkel family is a whole lot more than wrestling. Right? It's you guys moving to another state and taking on kids in Christian Military Academy and teaching them how to be champions. You know, not just on the mat, but off the mat, changing your communities. But man, your wrestling accomplishments are off the hook. Jim, from the time that he wrestled in his first nationals and won, to the time that he wrestled in his last and won in 2004, it's 38 years. 38 years of winning national championships, and wins the Masters and beats a guy at the age of 60 who's 17 years younger than him. You think that's tough? You think you're tough? You think you're tough? I kind of think you're crazy. And I'm joking. That's an unbelievable set of accomplishments. He is the first wrestler to make the world team in 3 different weights. 5 world teams, 2 Olympic teams. Starting in 1966, he made 7 U.S. teams in a row. He is the 3rd wrestler ever to win 4 NAIA championships, and he did so in 2 weight classes. As a coach, 377, 220, and 11. 9 national championships, and 6 times National Coach of the Year. I'll tell you what, if it's true, and I believe it is, the blessings of the Father visited the sons of the 7th generation, we're going to see a lot of Hazewinkels. Alan, I have to get a bigger room. With that in mind, and the wonderful performance and contribution to the sport of wrestling of the Hazewinkel family, I'd like to ask the Hazewinkel family to come up. And by the way, I apologize because I should have mentioned this. Gene, I believe, is right there. Would you raise your hand, Gene? We all want to thank you for raising these kids and being such a great family. I'm going to ask Alan Rice to join me because I think Jim Morgan was going to be here. I want to ask Leroy Smith to come up here. And by the way, for those of you who don't, I'm old enough to remember when Leroy Smith, I'm going to talk a little bit about you in a minute, but Leroy Smith was an up-and-coming wrestler. This guy was a tornado. Leroy, come on up here. Alan, you want to come up and present this? Because I want to make sure we get the right people in. And ladies and gentlemen, the Hazewinkel family. Come on up. And
I think I'm gonna speak for the family. And yeah, I'm excited about it too. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much from the Hazewinkel family, from all of us. We really appreciate this. I mean, I gotta follow Wayne. He's talking about a 100-mile run like it's nothing. I don't even want to drive 100 miles. So, you know, I get a chance to kind of talk about these guys. I'm excited about it. I think this award's been a long time coming. They've done a lot for the sport, and I'm really lucky to be part of it. But a little bit about the legacy. So, they go to the World Championships one year, and they get there, and they go to work out, and there's a bunch of gymnastics people in the room working out. And they kind of ask and talk around, find out that they're doing the World Championships in wrestling same time as the gymnastic World Championships. So on the one hand, they're kind of excited to see these guys. On the other hand, they're kind of, you know, well, it's our World Championships. But anyway, so everybody's in there, they're cutting weight, the gymnastics guys doing their thing, and Dad goes back, goes sits in the sauna for a little bit, talks to Jim, come back out, check their weight on the scales, run around the mats a little bit. So Jim's done, Dave goes back, sits in the sauna. Before he knows, he's the only one left in the sauna, still cutting weight. Well, I think I'm about on weight. I'll go down, check my weight one more time. Sue walks out, all the wrestlers are gone. There's like 2 gymnasts still out there. They're still working out, so at least he's not the last one there. He goes, strips down, steps on the scale, makes weight. Walking back to the locker room, and one of the gymnast coaches comes over and says, "Why do you do that?" I say, "What?" He's like, "Why do you do that?" Dad's, I don't know, what? I said, "Why do you do that?" Turns around, and the gymnastic worlds had started. The gymnasium is packed full of people. He just stripped down naked and weighed in. So that's the kind of legacy I get to follow. This is the last time he has me talk for the family. But as mentioned, Gene's here, our matriarch of the family. Incredible. 2 Olympic sons, 1 grandson Olympian. You're awesome. 93 years old, still going strong. So as a family, we want to thank everybody here. There's just so many people here. You talk about legacy, there's just so many people here you can talk about their legacy. And you know, it's a big thing to us. We want to thank all of you. Obviously we want to thank the Lord. He gave us our talents. It's a big thing in our family, and we believe that's where the praise goes. But also the coaches and people here, and you know, wrestling's a sport. This legacy award's important. But you learn that family, especially in wrestling, go out and wrestle, and it's all about you on the mat. Only you can decide if you win or lose. but you don't get there without support. You don't get there without a team. You don't get there without people helping you along. And this Legacy Award, well, it's about our family. Wrestling shows so much that it's about everybody else. You know, Boris was talking about how we need wrestlers to step up in politics and in business, and I think the Legacy Award talks about that. It shows what can happen when wrestlers really get around family and put their mindset to moving forward and doing what's right, following the examples, and I think this shows what can happen when that happens. And like I said, just in this room, there's so many. I'm speaking to the choir. I mean, you guys have all been there. You're doing what's right, and we appreciate it. I'm starting to go in circles, so I'm going to step down. But we really do appreciate this award, and thank you so much. Keep on doing what you're doing. We love it, and we'll be around.
Unfortunately, on this day, my wife wanted to be here, but her sister's daughter is getting married today down in Florida, and they had this all planned out long before we even knew about this, so she couldn't come today. But Sam's mother, my wife, wanted, since she couldn't be here, she wanted to give Sam a present. So I just wanted to award that to him right now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what she found, and she wanted to get for him. Sam and his wife just bought a house, a new house, and there's a farm. It used to be a horse farm, and it's really nice. It's big. It's like 10 acres, really nice. Big barn on it. He's going to turn it into a wrestling room. and right in the middle of right out there in the front yard on this nice farm, they have a great big flagpole. So my wife got this for Sam. That's something for his flagpole.
Got me about 20 minutes here aside.
There you go.
Congratulations on well-deserved recognition for the Legacy Award.